Hi everyone, this is the introduction lesson to use ROBOPro. ROBOPro is a programming software that we use that goes along with the Fisher techniques that we've been using in class. Alright, just a few things about the board here. First of all, on the left hand side are all the program elements that you can add into it, and on the top is our toolbar. This main area in the middle of the screen, this is where you'll actually be creating your program, and it's kind of like having a blank piece of paper in front of you. Okay. Now programs are, when you're telling something like a computer element to do something, you have to tell it every single little step, just like you would to a kindergartner. You couldn't just say to a kindergartner, all right, get ready to go outside. You have to say to them, first put on your coat, then put on your hat, then put on your snow pants, then put on your boots. Okay, you have to tell them every little step of the way, and that's a lot like writing a program. So let's start with a simple one. First of all, at the very top over here, this little green guy, that's the start program guy. Every time you create a program, you have to start with this guy. Every single time. This is what the computer looks for when it goes to run a program. It's going to look for that start guy so it knows that's where to start. Okay. So let's say after we start, let's say we want a motor to turn on right away. So here's a button that we use for a motor. And if I right click on it, you'll see I can decide what kind of motor it is. Is it just like a regular motor like you'd use if you were going to create like a little car that went back and forth? Or is it a lamp? It could be electromagnet. And there's a couple other choices, but we don't have these other two. So pretty much you'll be choosing between motor, lamp, and buzzer. Now, if I choose motor, I'm going to then need to decide, okay, is that motor going to go clockwise, counterclockwise, or am I telling it to stop? Do I want that speed to be 8, which is the fastest it can go? Or do I want it to be 1, or somewhere in the middle like 4? Okay. Over here where it says motor output, you just have to make sure that this matches up with the interface where you have your wires plugged in. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is my first motor, so it's going to be motor 1. It is a motor, and I want it to go clockwise, so I'm going to click OK. And you'll notice right here that the number changed from 8 to 4. Okay. Alright, let's say I want this motor to run for approximately 4 seconds. I bring this little timer guy over here. I right click on it and I can tell it how long. It can go seconds, minutes, or hours. You're probably going to want to stick with seconds. So let's have this one go for 5 seconds. And you'll see the number change right there. And after 5 seconds, let's have our motor switch directions. Okay, first of all, you want to change the speed back to 4. I want to go counterclockwise now. It's still motor 1 and it's still a motor. So, alright, and you'll notice that now the little arrow is red. So my motor is now going to go counterclockwise. And let's have it go like that for, we'll do 5 seconds again. So it goes right back to where it started. Alright, now this is all I want my program to do. Now I have kind of two choices. I can either bring this over and I can now tell the motor to stop, or this is how you delete, by the way. You just select and then you hit the delete button on the keyboard and it's gone. Or I can bring this little red guy, which signals the end of a program. Okay, so that's my second choice. Or third choice, let's say I want the motor to keep repeating what it's doing. I might actually go like this and make it into a loop. And I can bring it back all the way up to there. And now when I get my program running, it's going to go, forward for 5 seconds, backwards for 5 seconds, and then it's going to loop around and go forward for 5 seconds, back for 5 seconds, and it's going to keep going like that until I finally just turn off the program. Okay. Alright. Now to start my program, I'm going to hit start once I have everything plugged in. Now notice right now that I have no Fisher Technic interface plugged in, so it's going to come up with this warning. Again, another warning. And then let's say it is running and it's going through and through and through. If I finally just want to say, okay, I need to stop this for a second, I just hit stop and it will stop. Okay, so that is the first simple program. Once you've created this, I want you to make sure that I come and see it, so do not delete this program until I've seen it. And that is it. It's the end of video 1.